For thousands of Vermonters, VocRehab Vermont is a bridge to a new life of opportunity and growth. People with disabilities are an untapped source of reliable and hard-working employees. When you get to know people with disabilities, another word will often come to mind: determination. Consider the story of Steve Cathalis. He slid over 1,000 feet on ice down Mount Katahdin.
About 30 feet after I fell, I got knocked out on some rocks. Went another 1,000 feet downhill. That's like 3 football fields. That's a long way. And I ended up, it took about 12 hours to get to the hospital. Helicopter had to come and find me using night vision goggles. As it turns out, that long and hard a fall, I ended up with a severe traumatic brain injury.
In Steve's case, when he first came into the office, it was difficult for him to just be able to walk down the hallway to come down to the office. He had to use a cane at that point. And it didn't take a long time before Steve was able to finally return back to his work as a respiratory therapist back to Copley Hospital.
My basic attitude is that you can't make a good decision unless you have good information. Life skills assessment test at VocRehab was excellent. Showed me what my gifts are, great. It also showed me what my deficits are. I really like working at a small community hospital. You get to really become part of the family of your patients. I've been a patient. The patients that I deal with respect the fact that I've been there. So motivating them, helping them achieve their goals, makes me feel really good as well.
First of all, he has a bounce to his step. He's always upbeat. And I think that initially just gets the patients in the mood to do what they have to do. For them, getting here is 90% of the battle. And then we're asking them now to exercise, and Steve has the ability to push those patients a little bit beyond what they think they can do, much to their surprise.
VocRehab and Weber, they've given me the opportunity to move on. I roll right in, pull up to my station, transfer myself over to the chair, log into my computer, and I go to work just like everyone else does.
We handle over 5,000 calls a day. And if you think of those as all being from different people, and a lot of times they are, that's 5,000 individuals who are relying on us to connect them as they need to go. We've carved out a slice of the work, so he's able to pump out the same number of calls as everyone else as far as productivity and direct them appropriately. There really isn't anything different about him because of being in a wheelchair. He's a staff member just like everyone else. John's physical workspace didn't need to be adjusted very much. We're in an office environment with ergonomic workstations, so really there haven't been that many physical accommodations to make. The day flies by and he enjoys the work.
People with disabilities are no different than anybody else. They just happen to have an extra challenge. If you hire me to work for you, it's up to me, with the support that I have of vocational rehabilitation, to show up at work, function in the same manner that everybody else on the team functions.
Candace has learning disabilities that kept her out of the workplace for several years. Vocational rehabilitation was able to give her counseling and support that made her ready to re-enter the workforce. My job is to support her once she has the job and help her problem solve with any difficulties that come up in her work as a community relations specialist.
I am the Community Outreach Specialist in the Regional Office of Vermont Center for Independent Living.
Oh, it feels great to be back to work, to feel productive, to do something.
It feels really good after what I've been through to know that you've got an ace in the hole, so to say. If you need it, it's there.
We want employers to come back to us and say, do you have more people with these qualities and capabilities? And the answer is, We do.
If you'd like to know more about vocational rehabilitation, call toll-free 1-866-VR-WORKS or go to one of these websites, VocRehabVermont.org or Weber.com.